Hello, my name's Rebecca Hayes and I've been selected to review the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I've done a full written review which you should be able to find on the Product Testing UK website. This video is just a short recap on my findings following my review, and I'll do a small demonstration using the products just so you can see how easy it is to apply. So first appearance is you first see the box that you get. It's a lovely box, embossed, nice decoration. You can see all the different colours there that you get inside. On the back there is a very brief description of the product, of the palette. It is very useful and it does make you want to use it when you read it. In the pack you also get 4 sample primers included for you to try under your eyeshadows. So it lists on the back the 4 different types of primers that you get. There's a picture of the brush, the double-ended brush that you get, so you can see that before you open the box, and then along the bottom it shows all of the different colours that you get inside of the palette and lists the names of the colours that you get. So upon first appearance, you know, it's a very nice box, very well presented, and you're looking forward already to seeing what's inside. So then when you open the box, you get the Naked 3 palette then. The palette is tin. It's very hard wearing. Upon feel of it, it's very durable. You get the feeling that it will last a long time. You can put it in your handbag and it's not likely to get smashed. It is very sleek as well. It's very thin, so it won't take up very much room in your handbag. And like I say, it does appear very hard wearing. It's a lovely rose gold colour, and it's embossed in gold with Naked 3, very large, so it's very easy to see what it is, and then Urban Decay underneath. When you open the palette, that's inside. I've just got the brush missing there because I've got that out already. So you get a large mirror, which you'll be able to use when you're applying the colours on the go. And then inside you can see, hopefully, the 12 different colours that you get. They all do have a very rosy pinky undertone, and range from light to dark depending on what colours you're feeling like using, or you can mix them up and they do all work very well together and they blend very easily together. This is the brush that you get with the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. It's a double-ended brush. You've got the smaller, flatter side, which I used for applying the initial colour, and then you've got the double-ended. The other end is sort of a fatter, fluffier brush, which is used really for blending. So that's the actual palette. So very impressed upon opening it. Very nice colours. You know, they look very nice to use together. You also get 4 sample primers. So these are Urban Decay primers. You get 4 altogether. So there's Original, which is just an invisible primer for you to use. Sin uses a shimmering champagne shade, so that might give a little bit of a sparkly finish. And then we've got Eden, which is a subtle nude matte finish. And then there's an anti-aging primer, which is supposed to reduce the appearance of fine lines within 8 weeks. During this review I have only actually used the one, because what I did find when using these is that when you open them, because they're in little pods and you've got to cut the end off, I was a bit worried that once I opened them all they would dry up very easily. So for the purpose of this review I've only used the Original primer underneath the eyeshadow, but I have tested all the other colours of the shadows. In my review, my one critique was that whilst it was good that you received the sample primers, as you don't get that with many other makeup brands, that I would criticise it possibly because they're not in little tubes, and like I say, once you do cut the end off, then it's open, you can't reseal it, and I'm not sure whether that will make it dry up quicker than maybe it needs to. But that is one of my main and very few only criticisms. So that's it. I've shown you the primer, I've shown you the palette, and I've shown you the box. I don't know whether you can see, I've applied some colour to this eye, and I've left this one free for me to show you what it's like to apply. So on this eye, I've used the original primer, I've used the colour Trick on my inner eyelid, I've used Buzz on the outer eyelid, I've used Liar in the crease, I've used Dust, I've used Liar in the crease, I've used Dust in the corners, and then I've used Strange on the brow. So what I'm going to do now is just show you how easy it is to apply on my other eye that I've not yet done it on. So I'm just using the original primer there. So you just squeeze a tiny little bit out, you don't need very much at all, and you just tap it on to your eyelid. And because it is original and it's invisible, you probably can't really see anything at this stage, but that's just supposed to make the eyeshadow last a little bit longer. So that's the primer on. So now I'm going to use Trick, which is one of my favourite colours. That's this one. It's a very shimmery goldy colour. So I'm going to get some of that on the flat-ended brush and just apply that to the inner eyelid. Just going to extend it a little bit further. Okay, so I put a little bit of Trick on for the inner part, and then I've got a makeup wipe just to give my brush a quick clean. Then I'm going to use Buzz, which is this nice pinky brown shade here, and I'm just going to apply that to the outer part of my eye. Okay, so that's the outer colour. And then I'm going to use Liar, so we're just working our way slightly up the palette. Slightly darker colour. I'm just going to put that in my crease. And then I think here, because it is a little bit dark, I'm just going to blend it in slightly with the larger brush. I think we'll use the Dust now, so that's the second one in, Dust. And I'm just going to apply that to the corner of my eyelid there, just as a little bit of sparkle. And then I'm going for the very light Strange, and I'm going to put that on my brow line. Sorry, the lighting isn't at the very best in this room at the moment, but hopefully you can see. So I put the Strange on the brow line, and then I'm just going to use the fatter end of the brush again just to quickly blend that in. Okay, so I'm hoping now that you can see both eyes now with quite a few of the different colours on. Okay. So upon application, that was really easy to do. I'm not the best person at putting makeup on. I don't have a lot of confidence, but for me it was very easy. I did find it easy enough to use, and because you do get the double-ended brush, it's very easy to blend. And if you do put it on a little bit too heavy, the fluffier end can just help smooth it out and make it look a little bit better. The brush I'm really impressed with, because I've had other quite well-known expensive brands before, and the brushes have shed, and you know, you get little hairs in your eyes, and it can be really irritating and start to hurt. But with this one, I've felt no shedding at all of any hairs, so I'm really impressed with the brush. It feels very good quality. One last thing I'll show you is, I know I've only just applied it, but one of the things that I'm asked to consider is the ease of the removal. So if I just try and remove that for you now. Okay, so you can see it does come off quite easily. It does leave, if you've used one that's got a lot of glitter in, it does leave a bit of a glittery residue on your eye, which is a little bit difficult to get off, but it does remove quite easily. And overall, you know, it is quite easy to remove, but not easy enough that it would just wear off with everyday use, I don't think. And I think the primer helps to keep it in place. So overall, the Naked 3 Urban Decay palette, I've been very impressed with it. I'm really pleased that I got chosen to review this, and I would recommend it to a friend, and I would consider buying it again. And overall, I would give it a 5 out of 5. Thank you.